Hey guys, I've been in the woods a lot lately. Been observing the natural bear foods, of course, like I do every year. I want to kind of keep track of what's going on out there, and so I know what to expect during the bear season, which is coming up here in just about 2.5 weeks. It's almost the end of July, so I thought I'd bring you up to speed on what I'm seeing. So it's really spotty. It's kind of all over, and I guess you could say that every year. You know, it seems like every year it is somewhat spotty, but this year it seems to be more pronounced. The northeast part of the state, I guess you could say the Arrowhead basically, has been getting pretty good rains, and things look pretty good up there as far as all the natural foods. The north central part of the state has been really dry. They've been under a lot of fire watches, and I mean really just almost drought conditions basically from, say, Brainerd north in the central north central part of Minnesota. And so the foods are pretty much down in that area. I just want to run through each of the ones that I've been observing so you kind of know what to expect. First of all, raspberries are a big one, of course, and I got some trail cameras on raspberry patches. The bears are kind of picking through them and eating what they can, but they look pretty sparse generally. I would say that overall the raspberries are down. The blueberries look pretty good in the low areas. Now, blueberries need a lot of water. They like low, damp stuff, and the ones that are in these low areas, they're looking pretty good. But the blueberries in more of the marginal areas where they, you know, they're not in the swampy type areas where they kind of rely more on moisture, they're not looking very good. I'm not seeing very many acorns. You know, both white and red oaks, I'm just not seeing very many. Nothing's dropping yet. A lot of times when they're stressed, they start dropping, and I'm not seeing anything on the ground, so it kind of makes me think that the acorns are going to be down this year. One thing I'm seeing that honestly I don't think I've ever seen before is the number of Saskatoon berries. And Saskatoon berries aren't really common in Minnesota, but man, there just seems to be a lot of them this year. The ones that are looking good, boy, the bears are really on them. They're busting the trees off. I get trees or bushes, whatever you want to call them. I mean, they're breaking the branches down, pulling the trees down and eating the Saskatoon berries. And like I said, that's not a very common bear food in Minnesota, but it seems to be strong this year. Another thing that seems really strong pretty much everywhere is the hazelnuts. That's somewhat spotty too, but most of the hazelnut bushes that I've looked at have hazelnuts on them. In some areas they just have, you know, little clumps of 1 or 2, but in other areas they've got the big clumps of 4 or 5 where, you know, they're doing really well. And I don't know how to explain why that is, because literally you can find one bush that looks really good. It's got tons of hazelnuts on it, and you can literally go 100 yards and there's one that doesn't look very good. So I don't know how to explain that, but that's the reality of what we're seeing this year. Overall, the hazelnuts are pretty strong. Now, we haven't had any of those just good soaking day-long rains here in the northern half of Minnesota this year. We've had a lot of thunderstorms that just come through and they dump on an area. You know, they kind of go through an area, and whatever's in the path of that thunderstorm, they get a good rain, but everywhere around it doesn't. And so I guess that's probably why it's been really spotty this year. The rains have been timely for some of the bear foods. I would say overall the choke cherries are down. The trees that I've seen that have choke cherries on them, they do have fruit. They're not the big drooping clumps like you see when the choke cherries are doing really good. And so these spotty rains have made a big difference, and honestly right here where I live near Brainerd, it's just not been very good. The thunderstorms just seem like they keep missing us, and my food plot is wilting. It looks horrible right now, and I got hundreds of feet of garden hose out from the hydrant by my house, and I'm running it out and running a sprinkler on my food plot, just trying to keep all this brassicas alive until the deer season starts. But so that's a basic update on the foods that I'm seeing out there. Chime in about your area and your state or wherever you're watching this from, and tell us what you're seeing for natural foods for bears. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video, and good luck this year.